Ahoy Minoy, it's me, ya boy, Yellow Timer. I am back with our first video about anxiety. We're going to be talking about shaping behavior today. But first, disclaimer. Okay, now that that's out of the way, we're going to talk about shaping behavior. In human medicine, I think they actually refer to this as successive approximation, but we're going to call it shaping. This actually goes back to when I worked in the veterinary field. In particular, my interest was always in veterinary behavior of companion animals. And I'm going to set up like a little scene for you here. So we want to get a dog who is afraid of a muzzle to wear a muzzle without freaking out, injuring themselves, injuring other people, so that we can actually, draw blood or whatever it is that we need to do. So the way we would teach this for a dog that's already afraid of the muzzle is it may even start with something as simple as the dog looks at the muzzle and they get a treat. And then once they can do that comfortably, where they continually look to the muzzle, get a treat, then we start having them maybe put their nose to the muzzle. They don't even have to put it in, just touch the muzzle with their nose, get a treat. Eventually, they'll be able to start putting their nose into the muzzle and they get a treat. And they actually start to get to a point where this is a fun game. They're getting food for it and they actually like the process. The whole thing we're doing is changing the dog's emotion regarding the muzzle. So what we're trying to do when we are using this for our own anxiety issues is trying to teach ourselves that the things that we're afraid of aren't actually things that we need to fear. And we're trying to change what that baseline feeling associated with it is. So the best way to start is to start with some small step to get you closer to that thing that you are too anxious to do, and to be able to experience a little bit of anxiety and then step back into your comfort zone and say, okay, I did it. This was a good first step. Yay me. It's similar to the dog getting the treat. So, for example, I was anxious about leaving the house. I wasn't immediately able to just hop in the car and drive myself somewhere, but it started with something as simple as sometimes I'd even just go out to my car, sit behind the driver's seat. Sometimes I'd even turn on the car, and sometimes that was enough to give me a little bit of anxiety. And I would just sit with it and just be like, I'm okay, I'm good, I can go whenever I'm ready, or if it's too much, I don't have to go. And even if that's as far as I made it for the day, even if all I did was turn off the car and go back inside, I'd be like, yay, I did the thing. And over time, continuing to push just a little bit, it became less scary. And it got to the point where I could drive around the block, or I could drive to the grocery store that's very close to my house. And you slowly build that confidence. So that's the first thing I want to start talking to you guys about, is making those small steps. In future videos, I'll also give you guys information about what to do while you're feeling that fear. Because I know even facing just those baby steps can be really hard. I'll give you some ideas of things that worked for me and things that I know have worked for other people as well.